Good morning, dear students. How are you? I hope you are all well by the grace of Allah. I am also fine. I am Harunur Rashid, Assistant Teacher English, Munshiyat Ziandil High School. Today I am going to take an important class on English second paper for the student of class 6 to 10. So, dear students, take your pen and paper. So, welcome to you all in my English class. This is my identification that I have given before. Class 6 to 10 subject English second paper, and today's topic's name is assertive to negative. Learning outcomes. After studying this lesson or topic, you will learn the rules of affirmative to negative, change the affirmative sentences into negative, opposite meaning of some words. So, dear students, be careful and be attentive. Today our topic is affirmative to negative part 1, transformation of sentences. So, dear students, there are 4 parts of transformation of sentences. First one is degree changing, voice changing, simple, complex and compound. Affirmative to negative, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory. And today our topic is affirmative to negative. So, dear students, I hope you have taken your pen and paper. So, be attentive what I say. First, rule 1. Only if any sentences is connected with only and if it indicates a person, will change non-word in place of only, and if it indicates an object, it we will write nothing but in place of only, and if it indicates number, it will be changed not more than or not less than. So, dear student, these are the examples. Only the old man was alive there. Only here indicates the old man. The old man is here a person. So, we just write none but in place of only. None but the old man was alive there. Here is another example. Jack needs only shelter. Only shelter. Only indicates shelter. So, this is an object and we will write nothing but in place of only. Jack needs nothing but shelter. Sheila is only 15 years old. Here only indicates number. So we will write in place of only not more than or not less than in place of only. Sheila is not more than 15 years old, or Sheila is not less than 15 years old. In this way, you will have to transform the sentences. So, look at this, how I changed the sentences into negative. Rule 2. Must, have to, has to equal to cannot but or cannot help plus verb plus ing. If there is any word of must, have to or has to, we just write cannot but in place of them, and in case of had to, we must write could not but. For example, we must defend our country from the enemies. So, we cannot but, in place of must, we must write cannot but. We cannot but defend our country from the enemy. Or we cannot help defending. If we write cannot help in place of must, have to or has to, we will have to add ing at the end of the main verb. So, we cannot help defending our country from the enemies. Here is another example. He has to leave his family for seclusion life. He cannot but has to. In place of has to, we must write cannot but. He cannot but leave his family for seclusion life. Here is another example. The people of our country had to sacrifice their life to make an independent country. So here is had to. In place of had to, we'll write could not but the people of our country could not but sacrifice their life to make an independent country. So dear students, I hope you have understood. Rule number 3. Every plus noun equal to there is no plus noun plus bird plus noun. So dear students, every student wants to make a glorious result. In place of every, you must write there is no, then noun, student and students, and you will have to write extra bird, then the next part of the sentence wants to make a glorious result. So there is no student but wants to make a glorious result. Here is another example. Everybody hates a liar. There is no plus body. There is nobody but hates a liar. Every rose has a thorn. So dear students, look at this has. In case of has, you will have to transform the sentence in this way. There is no rose. In place of has, you must write without, then the noun. There is no rose without a thorn. So I hope you have understood this rule also. Look at the rules. Rule number 4. Always. If any sentences are connected with always, how you will transform the sentence into negative? So dear students, listen to me carefully. Always equal to never plus opposite word of the keyword. For example, we should always be kind to the needy. We should never. In place of always, you must write never, be kind, be, and the opposite word of the head word or keyword kind, unkind. The opposite word of kind is unkind to the needy. He is always late. He is never. Always, never. The opposite word of late is punctual. So in this way, you will have to transform the affirmative sentence into negative. Look at this again. Rule number 5. Affirmative word equal to auxiliary verb or be verb plus not plus opposite word of the affirmative word. She is a beautiful girl. She is not. Is here be verb. She is not. The opposite word of beautiful is ugly. Here is article A and N, because B is pronounced like consonant and U is pronounced like vowel. So you know the rules of articles. I think you have understood. My mother is a very kind to the poor. My mother is not kind. The main word and the opposite word is unkind to the poor at all. In case of very, you must write at all at the last of the sentence, or you can write here, but you will have to put a comma here. The old man runs fast. The old man does not run slowly. So dear students, if there is no any auxiliary verb, you will have to use the auxiliary verb do, does or did according to number, according to person and tense. The old man does not run. The opposite word of fast is slowly. Look at this, how the sentences are changed. So dear students, here is a list of some opposite words. I think these will help you to transform the sentence from affirmative to negative. Here is also a list of opposite word. So dear students, come to rule 6. Both dot dot and or and equal to not only dot dot but also. Both America and Russia are powerful nations in the world. So dear students, look at this. In place of both, you must write not only, and in place of and you will have to write but also, and there will be no change of the sentences. Here is another example connected with and. Ruma is beautiful and intelligent. If two parts of speech are connected with and, you write not only before the first part of speech and but also in place of and. So look at this. Ruma is not only beautiful and but also intelligent. So in this way you will have to transform the sentences. Rule 7. Rule 7. As soon as. If any sentence is connected with as soon as, at the beginning in place of as soon as you will write no sooner had plus V3 means first participle form of the main verb plus next part plus then in place of comma plus dot 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 means next part. So dear students, as soon as we came home, my grandmother died. So look at this. As soon as, in place of as soon as, you will write no sooner had. Then came is here past form. You must write first participle form and then in place of comma. No sooner had we come home than my grandmother died. Here's the rule number 8. Many equal to not a few, much equal to not a little. So dear students, in place of many or much, so she has many books, she does not have a few books. He drank much water, he did not drink a little water. If there is no auxiliary verb, you must write do does did in place of person and tense. Rule 9. Forever, for good equal to never plus opposite verb plus again. So dear students, look at this. He has given up the stealing for good. He has never plus the opposite word of given up is accepted. This stealing for good, in place of for good you will write again. Okay. This is the rule number 10. Universal truth or continuous tense. In case of universal truth or continuous tense, you will write it is not that at the beginning of the sentence plus negative of the sentences. He is going to school. Look at this. It is not that he is not going to school. You will have to make the full sentences into negative. The earth revolves around the sun. It is not that the earth does not revolve around the sun. You can also transform the affirmative sentences in this way. We cannot deny that he is going to school, or we cannot deny that the earth revolves around the sun. In this way you can change the affirmative sentences into negative. So dear student, this is your exercise. So do the exercise in a few minutes. I think you have finished your work. Only man is a rational being. So None but man is a rational being. Everybody must hate an angry man. Everybody cannot but hate an angry man. Only poverty is responsible for this. Nothing but poverty is responsible for this. Books give us both knowledge and pleasure. Books give us not only knowledge but also pleasure. He always loves the children. He never hates the children. The boy is able to overcome the situation. The boy is not unable to overcome the situation. Ice floats on water. We cannot deny that ice floats on water, or it is not that ice does not float on water. As soon as it rained, we took shelter under a banyan tree. No sooner had it rained than we took shelter under a banyan tree. So I think you have answered this way. So dear students, this is your homework. Write down this homework and practice it. So I think you will do this homework, and you must show this homework when you again come to school, and show your teachers. If you have any problems, ask your teachers. So dear students, I think you have written down the homework. Thank you so much for enjoying the class.